Hello and welcome once again. I'm your host, Lance Delfonso, and for today's episode, we would talk about one of the world's controversial and polarizing issue, which is third world poverty. We already know that present rates of economic and population growth are unsustainable. In this episode of Tercio Mundi Paupertas, we would be discussing how the Australian critic Ted Trainer endorses this conclusion and applies it in the context of third world countries and the poverty these countries experience. It is said that a radical alteration of some core institutions and values of our society is needed, as it is seriously mistaken. If ever there will be no such radical alteration, our society will plunge into catastrophic destruction in the next decades. Due to our society's nature, is inevitably causing such problems that we are experiencing today, namely resource and energy scarcity, global ecosystem destruction, the poverty and underdevelopment of the third world countries, the danger of international conflict and nuclear war, and a declining way of life. These problems are the implications of the unsustainable levels of material affluence, which is far higher than what is really sustainable for mankind, and the continuous drive for more when it comes to material living standards regardless of having a standard of living already high. The way of living in developed countries involves very high per capita rates of resource use, which means people in the developed world consume things more than what they need. As they consume more resources, this entails that as they live consuming things more than they comfortably need, there's high levels of unnecessary consumption and unfortunately waste. To illustrate, every year each American uses 29 barrels of oil, 27 times as much energy as the average for the poorest 2,300 million people, 55 times as much energy as the average for people in the poorest 80 countries, 617 times as much energy as the average for Ethiopians. The lives of the people in third world countries may significantly improve if there is a fair distribution and allocation of resources. However, it does not happen due to the fact that developed countries consume resources more than they need, and that can be said as the root cause of most serious global problems. Thank you for watching this episode. I hope that you are enlightened and educated regarding the poverty that third world countries experience. Until next time, classmates.